I got a nice sunrise this morning. Sometimes it feels like we're working on a farm, sun up to sundown. That's what it's going to be like today as we sail across from Germany over to Bornholm.
Denmark's Bornholm is almost like the Malta of the Baltic, an island whose physical location makes it a prized possession of surrounding nations, empires, kingdoms, countries, what have you. It stands on the gateway for sea traffic going to and from Finland, Russia, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, and Poland, and it is very close to Sweden's southern point and Germany's Rügen peninsula. Control of this land has changed hands often over the centuries, and even in this decade, a massive international incident took place just off Bornholm's eastern shore. Stay tuned to learn more. Hello, Karen and Tom welcoming you to our Life 4.0, where we explore this amazing planet one anchorage at a time.
This video is part of a series where we start from the northwest corner of Spain and go all the way up to the Swedish and Finnish archipelagos in the Baltic Sea.
And we had a lovely anchorage here last night. It would have been interesting to explore and land. Some beautiful pasture land up here, and up over there were some trails that people were hiking on. Yeah, a little bit of a beach area, but that'll have to wait for another visit. I guess we got about at least 70 miles to go today. Sun up, sundown, working the farm animals. All right, we're underway sailing now. Got a whole row of channel buoys out to the horizon down there. A nice wind. We got 15 knots of wind on the beam. And this is shaping up to be a good start of the day. So now that we got sails all rigged and we got a course going, Karen went down, go back to bed, and we're starting our watch system at 6 a.m. So we're going to do 2-hour watches. And we've got a nice forecast today of continued winds like this out of the southeast, which is a good direction for us to go to Bornholm. We are finally in deeper water. I can't tell you how exciting and relaxing it is. And we've got depth here of 17 meters, so that's awesome news. And it's just so much more relaxing now that you don't have to worry as much about sudden shallowing waters and like constantly staring at the chart and looking out and making sure that you're inside a channel or headed towards that buoy that has the deeper water. So now we get to kind of chill with that for a while. I have no idea what it's going to be like in Denmark and Sweden. I know there's going to be shallow areas along the coast of Sweden in some areas, but hopefully it's not as annoying as it's been in North Germany. It's just I never knew that this was going to be this tricky of a navigation, and it's hard because you see these big, wide, open areas of water, huge areas, huge bays. But the navigable area of those is so much more limited. It's been a good sail today. We've had clear skies, more or less, a couple clouds every once in a while. A few boats, but not too much boat traffic. And we put up the code 0 about an hour ago, and we're trucking right along here. Doing 8.9 just now over the ground, getting a little bit of help with some current. We're kind of on the edge of the code 0. We're 14 knots, 15 knots apparent, so we may end up dousing it here shortly. And I'm sure we'll do well with the jib. But it's been a good leg crossing, and just ideal conditions with wind from on our beam, and it's been about, you can see we're most of the way across. There we go. So Germany down here, Bornholm up there. Got just a little bit left. And the wind's been coming from over here, right on our beam. So this has been fun. This is great to have a crossing like this that goes smoothly and you know, good speeds. The water's relatively flat and just pumping along here. It's really a lot of fun. Alright, we got the last few minutes of our approach into Hasel on the island of Bornholm. This is our first landing in Denmark. So we're going to get settled up here and probably spend a couple nights here. Got our Danish courtesy flag flying up there. This isn't the main city on Bornholm, it's a little bit smaller, and we'd heard that this might be a little bit nicer of a place to sort of base camp for Bornholm. And so we'll get in here and get in the marina and get settled, try to figure out what the marina is all about, whether we side tie or pick up a stern mooring ball or raft up with somebody or who knows what. But this is the island of Bornholm.
The next morning, we set off to explore Bornholm on foot and by bus. There were so many cute towns and tiny but well-used harbors. The landscaping and summer flowers made everything beautiful and fragrant, and art lovers had lots to enjoy as well. We are on the island of Bornholm, Denmark, and just got here yesterday. We're loving the architecture. Some really cool buildings.
We are in the town of Gudhjem on the island of Bornholm, and this little harbor here, a narrow entrance into a little inner harbor, a nice little town. And if you really want to type your boat, I think you have to go through this narrow entrance into that crowded space behind there and somehow maneuver. Pretty tricky. But this is our first exposure to Denmark, and we're loving all the character of a town like this. A lot of artists on this island, especially in this town. And what did we find? Right, another boat called Sea Rose from Turku.
And more narrow but very busy harbors. The fact that this island has been fought over for centuries can be seen in both the heavily fortified and huge castle on the northern tip, Hammershus, and in the round churches which were built for both community and defense. Look at their thick walls, lack of windows, and additional fortification. 4 of Denmark's 7 medieval churches are on Bornholm and were built in the 12th and 13th centuries. The castle of Hammershus flourished in the 13th and 14th centuries, and today is one of the largest ruins in Northern Europe. See the resources section of our video description for links to more information. This is looking at the outside wall. To look back up the date for this, but it's definitely old. I'm gonna go out this way. Ooh, spied somebody out there. It's sort of fun to be looking at this castle on this day with these crazy clouds, because it sort of feels like there's a storm brewing. has lots of agriculture and pasture lands, not only surrounding the castle, but all over the island. After walking the grounds and the surrounding cliffs, we hiked over to the granite quarry that you can see here. So they harvested a fair amount of granite from this island, and this is one of the granite quarries.
All right, got somebody ziplining down here at this old quarry, and they are having a good time. Watch this landing. Like a skipping stone almost. And the guy picks him up in a dinghy. In this spot you can see the sunrise, and that's the village of Sandvig. And past this lagoon and the rock quarry in the foreground there, you can see the sunset. And you got the castle Hammershus up there. And that's Christian, so the little tiny island off of Bornholm. And sailboats. Alright, where are we going?
Going to a sauna.
We've been in Denmark for 24 hours. It's time to check out the sauna. Apparently free of charge for marina guests.
Yeah, it's out here on this pier. It's a little windy, a little chilly. We're going to warm up in the sauna and then jump in the salt water.
Yeah.
Alright, we're enjoying the sauna. Beautiful windows looking outside.
Yeah.
You just jumped in the water, cold water. I don't know, what is it, maybe 65 degrees Fahrenheit?
Yeah. 68.
It feels great, very relaxing. All right, it's our second night in this harbor of Hasel. The wind's been really strong today, so the seas outside are pretty nutty. You can see them splashing on that breakwater out there. But it's a beautiful night. It's a great little harbor here. The sky is just crazy. You can see some rain over there. A sliver of a moon up. Pretty sunset. And that right over there is the sauna that we enjoyed earlier. So yeah, we've been enjoying ourselves so far here on Bornholm in Hasel Harbor. But we're looking at the weather radar, trying to figure out if this rain is coming our direction or going away from us. Based on the direction of the wind, I think it's going away, but you know, that's not always obvious with storms.
It's been windy overnight, windy the last couple days. So we're leaving the calm of the anchorage here, the marina, out into this stuff. It's actually not quite as bad as it was last night, so we'll motor out of here and then set the sails and hopefully have a nice beam reach sail up towards Kalmar today. Goodbye, Hasel. You are not a hassle at all. Here we go. Bumpity bumpity.
Our course took us just off the northern tip of Bornholm, where we turned more east so we could shoot for the channel between the island of Öland and Sweden's eastern coast. In just over 2 months from the date we navigated these waters, we learned of a significant international incident that took place within 25 miles of our course. In late September of 2022, in these locations, there were a series of underwater explosions that destroyed 3 of the 4 Nord Stream pipelines connecting Russia's natural gas supply to Germany. Here are pictures taken of the sea following the explosions as natural gas came to the surface. Many nations have been accused of executing this operation, which took place in Danish and Swedish waters. It's still under investigation. This incident didn't cloud our experience of Bornholm, but it did make us increasingly mindful of the tense political situation in the Baltic Sea. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to our channel to help others like yourself find our content. Join us next time as we begin to explore the many islands and rocky waterways of Sweden.